Hello to the rebels. Hey guys, Darren here. I hope you are doing very well. Just want to give a shout out to you guys, say hey, and let you know some interesting stuff that I was just happening to read earlier today. Today is a lot of windy time for me. This is a 500-mile day. That is not an exaggeration. I have been driving around 252 miles one way, do 2 hours worth of work, and then drive 252 miles back. So it is a lot of driving. So I have been listening to podcasts, doing some videos, and just catching up on some stuff while I've been doing this as safely as I can. I just heard that the DHS, the Department of Homeland Security, has issued a warning and a statement saying that there may be domestic extremist activity from people who are dissatisfied with the election results. Now, feel free to look this up, because I don't want you to ever think that I am misleading you guys, anything like that. You can look it up. You can just type it into the computer in your search, whatever search engine that you have, and that is what is happening now. That's interesting stuff. A lot of this, well, all of that is related to what they call the Capitol riots, to where some of the people got into the Capitol. While in the heat of the moment, it might have been interesting to do that. But I will tell you that we, the liberty-minded people, us, are going to feel that probably for the rest of our lives, because a lot of decisions are going to be made that will come down on us because of that. I'm not saying it was good, I'm not saying it was bad. I'm saying you don't go fight the bully in their own house. And people later on who look at this video are going to say, well, that's the White House, that's the people's house. No, it's not. No, it's not anymore. It is their house. It is the enemy's house. It is their house. It is not yours. It is not mine. The way it is. A really good analogy of this is when the Romans would take the Christians and would, or the prisoners, and drag them to the Colosseums. And they would set them up to fight the lions and bears and each other and gladiators in combat. They were fighting the Romans, the emperor, the government, on the government's terms. Okay, guys, now we're back. Sorry about that. But we don't fight an enemy in their house, because then it's their toys, their rules. So that is something.
In 2 miles, take exit 1 toward Cuba and Demopolis.
There you go. We don't fight them in their house. And this is what I have spoken of and mentioned to a lot of these militia groups that I have had contact with. While it is interesting and it might have been an adrenaline kick for a moment, we don't do that in their house. That is not what we do. That is not the best way to do it. You are fighting an opponent who has more manpower and more resources than you do. I'm not saying that it would ever come to that, but from what I have read about the Romans,
Stay in the middle lane.
and all of the Colosseum fights,
Use the right lane to take exit 1 toward Cuba and Demopolis.
we don't need to go there.
Take the exit, then turn right onto State Route 8 toward Cuba.
Okay, guys, now we're back again. I apologize for that. I am in Cuba, Alabama. How about that? Do not fight them in their own house. Do not fight them by their rules. What do we have to fight them with? Well, we have a lot of really good technology that is coming on board. And we also just have the fact that we can resist differently. I didn't say exist. I said we can resist differently. We can oppose and refute and turn them differently than they want us to. I know I'm kind of grasping. I'm trying to think of it. If they want you to put boxing gloves on and fight them in a ring, maybe you shouldn't do that, because odds are they know how to box. Maybe you should wait till they get ready to go home and they get on their bicycle and you put a stick through their spokes so they wreck their bike. That's what I'm saying. But even that comes at quite a price, because you can equate that to something else. I'm going to have to really think about it and formulate it a little bit better. Do not accept the challenge and go to someone else's yard and fight them on their front porch, because you will lose, regardless of whether you are right or whether you have the higher moral ground or righteous indignation. You will lose. The war for independence was not won standing in a field in a line formation firing at the opponents. It was made from hiding in the bushes and the trees and behind the hedgerows and behind fence walls and taking off enemies one at a time. I mean this figuratively. I do not mean this literally. Who knows? It may come to that at some point. Let's hope it does not. If there are people that want war, they are horrible people. War is terrible, and innocents die. And those innocents are your people, first rule of survival is don't die. So, this is something we have to think about and consider. I haven't even figured out a way to do this sort of video to everybody else. That's why I want to mention to you guys first. And it may be that you need to be the cool, calm, collected voice of reason for your group. I can tell you the people that I have talked to in Alabama, I have told them, for the love of God, do not do anything stupid, because that will only push back the cause of liberty and freedom. Take care of you people.